Every time I see this meme, I have to laugh and I have to just look at it and just think, man, this is what, life has generally become. I mean, obviously there's hyperbole here, but check it out. My parents in their 30s. This would make a lovely second home for our family to winter in. Hopefully the garage can fit both of our cars, snowmobile and ski equipment. And then me in my 30s, I'll never recover from this purchase of bread and milk. And it's unfortunate, but as real wages have not really increased since the late 70s, and prices have increased, especially in a lot of prices that aren't captured in the CPI. You have cost of living of, um, you know, college tuition, health insurance, so on and so forth. Life has become harder to support with the type of income that we have that has not grown in real terms since the late 70s. Now, what is what is today's episode all about? Well, today we got the new manufacturing PMI data from the ISM, the Institute for Supply Management. Now, I love taking a look at the ISM Manufacturing PMI because it tells us a lot about what's going to be happening in the future regarding the U.S. economy. And as the U.S. economy goes, so does generally the rest of the world. Now, take a look here. There was an expectation from some analysts that that the ISM would go from 60.7 and hit 60.9. I even read some saying that it might go from 60.7 to 60.5. Well, today we hit 61.2, so beating both expectations. As you can see, we're ticking back up slightly from where we were in April. Now, let's take a look at some of the inputs that impacted that number. As you can see here in just a general, in just some general highlights, new orders, production, and employment are growing. Supplier deliveries slowing at a faster rate, backlog growing. Raw materials inventories growing, customer inventories too low. Prices increasing, exports and imports growing. Now, let's take a look at what's happening here. Economic activity in the manufacturing sector grew in May, with the overall economy notching a 12th consecutive month of growth, say the nation's supply executives in the latest manufacturing ISM report on business. Now, let's continue down here. I don't want to focus too much on that part, but I do want to show you guys some bits and pieces here from trends. So here we have manufacturing at a glance from May 2021. Generally, most indexes here have been on an uptrend. Let's take a look at prices, because that's pretty much what we care about as far as price inflation. It has been increasing, but at a slower rate. For the 12th consecutive month, we have prices increasing. So that has been a bit of a headwind for some businesses. And let's take a look here at some commodities reported up and down in price and in short supply. As you can see here, precious metals up 2 months straight. Now, in addition to precious metals, we have copper up 12 months straight, copper products up 3 months straight. And if we take a look at the commodities down in price, we have one, acetone. And if we take a look at commodities in short supply, you have aluminum. And aluminum, for those of you who may not know, aluminum, copper, sometimes used in tech industries for manufacturing. So let's go down here and read a little bit more about what is going on right now in the manufacturing index. So manufacturing grew in May as the manufacturing PMI registered 61.2, 0.5 percentage point higher than the April reading of 60.7. The manufacturing PMI continued to indicate strong sector expansion and U.S. economic growth in May. All 5 sub-indexes that directly factor into the manufacturing PMI were in growth territory. All of the 6 biggest manufacturing industries expanded in the following order: computer and electronic products, fabricated metal products, food, beverage, and tobacco products, chemical products, transportation equipment, and petroleum and coal products. So guys, for those of you who have been hearing from some people saying that the US economy and other economies are not expanding right now, or not in an expansionary period, that's not true. We are actually at the beginning stages of an expansionary period post a recession. And with that, you should expect prices to continue to rise. Again, in the video earlier today, check that video out. I actually showed that we have been having a velocity of currency on a downtrend, but we should expect it to increase in the following months and maybe sometime early next year. And when that happens, expect prices, especially for our beloved silver and gold, to increase. So guys, as we continue to see the ISM manufacturing PMI increase, that is a bullish sign for the US economy. And 6 months to 12 months from this point, we should start to see the economy as far as facing the consumer, because remember, we're early on in the value chain when we're looking at manufacturing. But as far as the consumer is concerned, expect things to look pretty decent by this time next year, or even as early as the end of this year. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. It's Black Bullion for goldandsilvertoday.com.